We'll move to tentative budget. Oh boy.
Kristen, you want to just highlight the changes?
Yes, so several changes have been made since you last saw the budget to reflect the current planning for the 2020-21 school year due to the expected impact of COVID. You know, as this goes on, we know more each month, and we can kind of give you a better picture of where we're going to be in regards to the budget. We also met, the Superintendent's Finance Advisory Council also met on Monday to discuss some of these changes. So some of the significant changes on the revenue side include a decrease of $87,000 for food service commission. Some of these things right now are representing worst case scenario. You know, I don't envision us bringing in any revenue from Quest for our food sales or the satellites, because if we're offering this hybrid model, certainly students can grab and go lunch, but I don't anticipate students that are not on free and reduced lunch wanting to, on a regular basis, stopping by the cafeteria to pick up and pay for a bag lunch. They're certainly welcome to do so. I just don't anticipate that happening. So that's why that decreases there. We've decreased by $210,000 on the revenue side for services provided to other districts. This is a pass-through account for food service. Our satellite schools are going to be paying less because they have a higher population, and they're on, some schools are on the national school lunch program, and so their bills are going to be less. So this is offset by an expenditure account. Increase of $75,000 in revenue for summer programs due to not only camps that we held late July this year, but then this is also kind of a timing issue. We'll collect, assuming we run camps next summer, we collect a lot of that money in May and early June, and so it will hit this budget. Some of that is going to be offset, you'll see, on the expenditure side in this area as well. I eliminated pay-to-participate fees for athletics and activities. This was done, this revenue was $198,000. And this was due because this was right before IHSA had come out with their decision. So this is something that I think we could add some of that money back. Our advisory council had talked about some plans in regards to how we want this to look, or things we want to explore in this regard moving forward. And then also on the revenue side, we decreased age group gymnastics revenue, but that is also offset by expenditures, and then decreased rental revenue by $80,000 as well. I don't anticipate having rental groups coming through at least the first semester. On the expenditure side, medical and dental insurance was increased due to actual staffing. We went through person by person to give us an actual cost on that, and so that went up significantly, about 11% from last year, given not only the increases, but the staff that has chosen medical and dental insurance. And it's important to note that our staffing costs have only increased by 1.58% because we've had 3 retirements. So that's where there's a discrepancy there. On the expenditure side, I also increased special education tuition due to not only our actuals this year, but then our projected student costs this coming year. So that was increased by $310,000. And then increasing operations and maintenance budget to buy supplies for COVID-19, not only supplies for the classroom and cleaning supplies, but also things like temperature kiosks. So that was increased by $35,000. So right now this results in a $1.78 million deficit for this school year. We are scheduled to have a budget hearing at the next board meeting on September 8th. And at that time, I'll have refined the budget to, update some things. We'll have an estimate on CPPRT and some other things that we can try to really hone in and make the budget as best as we can, given, the changing financial situation. So we'll certainly present that to the board at the next board meeting.
So, and I know we're obligated and we want to take care of all the kids that. It's something I keep talking about. That special education keeps going up and up and up. It's $300,000. That's like the price of 3 teachers, and we don't see that going down.
No, so we were, I budgeted like $1.54 million this year, and I think our actual was 1.68. because we had some additional students. We had one student that was already attending RB that we outplaced, and then we had 2 transfer students come in. So that's why we missed the budget on that. And then this coming fiscal year, we have 5 new students coming in that are outplaced, and we did have 5 seniors that exited. Some of our freshmen coming in, though, have some more expensive placements and some higher needs. And then in addition, we will have another student that was placed in a day program and needs to move to a residential program. And so that is some additional costs. We will see a little bit of savings. We've been working with LADSI to create a program for us in LT. So we will see a little bit of savings for that, not only on the tuition side, but as well as the transportation side. And hopefully those savings continue to grow as that program continues to grow. I think this year we only have 4 or 5 students that are taking advantage of that, and that program is a good fit for them. So hopefully, that continues to grow, and that can be a little bit of a cost savings for us in that area.
So are you done? Quick question. We heard in Hector's report that there were 250, give or take, students yet to register for this year. Is that on course with prior years in terms of delayed registration, or do we think our enrollment numbers are going to be significantly impacted by COVID or something else?
It is definitely higher than past years, but typically what normally happens at this time every year, there usually is anywhere from it's probably around 150. We start making individual phone calls, and a lot of those families will come in, and then roughly, on any normal year, we would have 30 families out of that group that just say, oh no, I forgot to tell you, I moved out of state, or I moved districts, or I'm not coming back, things of that nature. So that number is high. I know they're working on it, but that is a possibility that parents choose to homeschool their student or not send them this year.
I wonder if it will go up after tonight's vote, right? Like, I wonder if some people were just waiting to see, even though we've over communicated and stuff, I think some people were maybe waiting to see what would actually happen.
Right. What to expect for the school year. That's possible.
Further questions for Kristen? It's a lot to swallow.
No, I don't, I just would like to make another statement of revenues continue to decrease and expenditures continue to increase, right? Like we see right here, there's, that's over $500,000 in lost revenue and over $600,000 in increased expenditures, right? So, it's rough, right? We have to manage the money and try to do more with less or the same with less. And
Well, and right here you've got $500,000 out of our control factor.
right,
Special education's not in our control factor, and medical and dental insurance, which is not really. That's a benefit. That's why we that's a positive thing, right? So, but it's $500,000 more than we spent last year. And we have to be conscious that going forward, back to, I think right now we're really happy we have our rainy day fund, right? Because,
we are in the middle of the
COVID right.
ultimate rainy day.
Yeah, and we're spending the money we need to spend, so, but won't last forever. All right.
Board policies can be moved to the next agenda.
Yes.
We already passed the COVID-19 Plan 7.0 on hybrid and remote if needed. Press Plus policy issue 104, and they just sent a new one, 105. They're both very small. Laura and Gina, I'll work with you to get that done before the September meeting.